Well, hello there, Libra. It is so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we are doing your 2023 reading. So we're going to take a look at three sectors of your life. We're going to first take a look at the general, kind of get a general idea of the year ahead, and then we'll take a deeper dive into your career and money sector, and then your romantic or love sector. So we'll take a look at all of those, and let's go ahead and get started. Let's see what your overall energy for the year is. Stag Spirit, take the lead. Love that. Distant Thunder, clear the air. Okay, so I feel like, it's this energy of really clearing out anything that is preventing you from being the leader that you want to be. It's kind of like understanding there are things that perhaps are in your life at this time that are things, Libra, you love harmony in your life, right? But sometimes what you have to recognize is that we have to have those courageous conversations or something like that, right? We have to step into the energy of clearing out some of that energy, because if we don't, it just kind of holds space in our mind or in our heart. It zaps our energy when we don't take care of these things. So I feel like there's almost this energy of, there are things in your life you may need to clear out, in a good way. And it's kind of like taking the lead on that. It could be that for some of you, you've been kind of waiting for the universe or hoping the situation would go away or clear up or something like that. And now you're kind of like, no, okay, I'm taking the lead. I'm no longer waiting, so I love it. Yeah, look at that. Right out of the bat. On the bottom, you have message in a bottle and exchanging gifts. And you also have imagine, really kind of imagining what it is that you want for this year. But there's also this energy of getting a message perhaps from someone that allows you to share your gifts, your creative abilities with the world, right? In a bigger way. I feel like, you could get some opportunity, but there's also this energy of you sharing, your gifts with others. But I feel like, for some of you, it means that you have to take care of something at home before you can go, on this new journey or, there is a sense of traveling with this, but having to take care of things at home before you go off on a new adventure. Let's put it that way. I had another message, and now it's all right. Okay, we'll see if it comes back. There was something there. Okay, so we're going to, I'm going to lay these cards out. We're going to take a look at your present energy in each of these three sectors, and then we'll take a look at your major area of resistance or obstacle as the year goes on. And then we'll also take a look at advice from Spirit. So once again, we're going to take a look at your general overall energy for the year, and then your career sector, career and money, and then we'll take a look at your romantic or your love relationships. So let's see what we have here. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, you have the Seven of Pentacles, putting a lot of time and energy in your life in general, because it's still kind of general, but it's also a sense of reassessing what you want for the long term. Once again, I'm getting this energy here with the distant thunder. Okay, so that message that I feel like for some of you, this is truly global. Like the distant thunder, the message I kind of got earlier and now I'm getting again stronger, is that the distant thunder, it's kind of like this energy that you can see for let's see, to see down the road of where the world is going. Almost this energy of having this inner knowing of what may happen down the road if things don't change, right? It's kind of like, I'm not, it could be, say you're really involved in the environment, and you're concerned about the glaciers or something like that. It's almost like, I feel like for some of you, you are really stepping out, putting your word out, becoming more of a leader in this arena. However that might be. You might start a blog or a YouTube channel, right? Or for some of you may even be, changing your career or, something like that in order to go out and kind of let people know that if things continue on the same path, there will be no glaciers. And I know there are people that, are already doing that work, but it's kind of like you see it in a different way. I feel like you really see it in a different way. The way that you see it, the way that you want to express this is a leader position. You see it in a different way. So you're a leader in this arena. For some of you, that may really be resonating. And it's kind of like, okay, what is the world going to look like long term? For others of you, I feel like it's more personal. What do I want in the long term? This distant thunder is, if I continue doing things the way that I'm doing, okay, I'm not going to have what it is that I want in the long term, whether it's in money, maybe you're looking at your retirement investments and you're kind of like, okay, I'm not going to have enough money to retire when I want to, or I'm not going to have enough money that'll last me as long as I think I might need it, right? So it's kind of reassessing. There's this strong sense that you are getting almost like an intuitive energy about yourself, seeing clearly what could be in the future, whether it's personally or globally, and you're wanting to make those changes. Yeah, you have the Three of Wands underneath. Oh my goodness, Death card, and then you have the Ten of Cups. The Three of Wands is, moving in kind of putting yourself out there into the world, going on that new adventure of what it is. For some of you, you may have to end something, once again, maybe you're ending your career to go and educate people about the glaciers. Or maybe you're ending, the way that you spend money or your habits about money in order to have enough money for yourself in the long term. But there's this true sense of really following your heart. I feel like for a lot of you, you are changing your life in a dramatic way in this year. Taking a good look at what it is that you want in the long term, reassessing where you are now and how, it's kind of like, how can I get there? So it's not like just 2023. I think you're looking much farther down the road, right? And you're making the drastic changes in 2023 to make sure that you can bring in what it is that you want for yourself in the future. And perhaps even for your family with the Ten of Pentacles, All right, so let's go see what we have here. So in the general, your overall theme for this year is clean it up. Yeah. Once again, understanding things need to change. When we get the clean it up card, it's this energy of, okay, I don't like what I see is going to happen, right? Or I don't like what's around me. I want change. I'm willing to put time and energy into making the changes that I need to make. For some of you, you could be even cleaning up your eating habits, exercise habits, or, just overindulging in different areas, whether it's spending or eating or drinking or whatever. It's kind of like, okay, I'm cleaning up my act. It's almost that energy of, I'm taking charge, I'm taking the lead, and I'm cleaning up my act. Because right now, your present energy is the Page of Cups. It's this energy of being compassionate to yourself, of understanding, maybe I got here, okay, because of certain situations that happened in my life, but I'm taking back my control, right? You may have felt like circumstances in your life, okay, it may have brought you to the spot that you are in, but it's suddenly you're having compassion for yourself, and yet at the same time, it's kind of like, okay, it's a wake-up call. For some of you, I feel like it is kind of a wake-up call. You might have a little bit of a health crisis, right? Or You know, you might meet with your financial planner here at the end of the year, and your financial planner is like, yeah, you know, things haven't gone well this year, you know. You need to make some changes. It could be even in your relationships. You're kind of like, okay, you know, the people that are in my life are not the people that I truly want in my life. You know, it's okay. I'm ready to do whatever it is that I need to do. Yeah, I feel like, you know, this is, you have the King of Wands energy here, you know, charismatic, you know, very inspired, very passionate, you know, somebody that is wanting to move forward. I feel like this is your energy, but there's been some disappointment. I feel like you thought you had your life in control, right? And now you're understanding, wait a minute, my life is, it's almost a little bit of a sense of, I'm not saying, Libra, that your life is out of control, but it's almost kind of like that energy. It's kind of like it's not headed in the direction I want it to be. But you're being gentle with yourself, and I like this. You know, understanding, okay, how did I get here? And that's why I like this Seven of Pentacles. It's kind of like, okay, how did I get here? I don't like where this path is leading me. But how did I get here? Because it's kind of like reassessing, what choices did I make? What circumstances came on my path that got me to this place? Because it's a sense of really trying to understand, gaining the wisdom out of what got you here so that you don't repeat those, right? Sometimes we, you know, have to take that moment to just not say, okay, I don't like what I have. Fine, I'm just changing everything. It's kind of like, okay, what is it that I want to keep? What is it that I don't? What's working? What isn't? And then how did it get this way? Because here is your area of resistance, your obstacle. Having the courage to make the changes that you are wanting to make. You know, having the strength and the courage, stepping into this lead, you know, the sense of being the stag, taking the lead in your own life. You could feel like you kind of have, you know, yeah, oh my goodness, very interesting. You know, you have the Ace of Cups. I think for a lot of you, it's about relationships. You have the Ace of Cups, the High Priestess, and then you have the Hierophant. You know, there's a sense here, you know, both of these, the Hierophant and the High Priestess, are considered a spiritual couple. Twin flame, lots of twin flame energy here of, you know, the love, wanting to almost kind of either bring in this person or reunite with this person. You know, having the strength and the courage in order to do that. So it's kind of interesting. I can't, you know, when we get back down to the relationships of seeing how maybe you got to that point, because I think that that is, once again, with the Seven of Pentacles energy, we're going to kind of take a look at that. So you have the Six of Pentacles as your advice. This is for your general still. I think relationships are playing a big part in your life this year. But with the Six of Pentacles, there's this energy of trying to bring balance back into your relationships. Yeah, because on the bottom you have the Five of Pentacles. Either you or somebody that you really care about is feeling left out, feeling alone at this time. So let's see what we have here with the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, Five of Pentacles again, Two of Wands. Yeah. You know, I feel like you are the one that is in the Five of Pentacles energy. You know, understanding, you know, the wonderful thing is about the five energy is that we get to that point where we know we have to make a choice. You know, it could be that, you know, you went to Thanksgiving dinner with your family and you're sitting there and you're kind of like, I have nothing in common with these people, or I wish I was somebody with somebody else. Like there could be somebody else that you were thinking about, right? There's this energy here of I'm not where I really want to be, or feeling like you've been rejected or abandoned by people that you love. So it's with the Two of Wands, it's like, okay, what am I going to do about this? You know, this is an energy of feeling a little bit sorry for yourself, right? And this is an energy of I'm doing something about it, right? I'm not staying in this energy. I don't want to stay in this energy. I'm taking the lead, you know? and understanding, okay, I don't like where I am, but also understanding if I don't make a change, I'm going to be here a year from now, and saying, no, that's not what I want. And then, once you decide to go in a different direction, it's almost like choosing your path, choosing your own destiny, okay? Helps you to, finish out this cycle and to move into a new cycle. For others of you, it could be that you are trying to bring back something from the past. Once again, with this energy, this could be a twin flame returning. This energy of, yes, I want to reunite with this person. For some of you, it's trying to bring in a new person, leaving one situation in order to start a new one. For others, it's returning. And, that will, because it's a general reading, you will know what that situation is for you. All right, so let's see how that energy is going to play out in your career sector. Interesting, you have blessed. Just a feeling, like your career and money sector is blessed. I don't feel like you have like a lot of distant thunder in this energy. If you do, okay, it's kind of like, okay, I'm going to make those changes because my money is going to last. So your present energy is the Empress. The Empress is building things, birthing things, rebirthing things. For some of you, if you are feeling like your finances are not where they are, it's kind of like, okay, I'm bringing them back. It's kind of like, the Empress is the Phoenix Rising card. It's kind of like, okay, I used to have a lot of money. Now I don't. Okay, but I know I can rebuild it. It's about rebirthing something perhaps from the past that you want to build. Or it could be a dream, because we have Imagine. It could be a dream that you had at one time, but for some reason you had to let it go for a while. It's kind of like, okay, I'm ready to rebirth that dream. I'm ready to put it back on the front burner, So I love that energy. So let's go ahead and clarify that. Yes. And, Magician on the bottom, really trying to manifest something in your career and money sector. So let's see what we have here. Yeah, so you have, the Ace of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, and then the Sun. I feel like there's this offer coming in that helps you to walk in a new direction. So let's go back to those glaciers, right? It's kind of like, okay, I am concerned about the glaciers, in years to come. So it's almost like the universe says, okay, let's take you on a path where you can do something about that. And some opportunity, kind of literally falls into your lap because the Ace of Pentacles is a gift from the universe. And it's something that'll bring you joy, success, fulfillment, abundance in all areas of your life. So I love that energy. But here is, for the Empress, when we clarify that, we have, just working day in and day out and not having your head down and kind of being disappointed in what it is that you are doing. So I feel like part of this is kind of like, am I really going to do this for the rest of my life? Almost that energy of what else is out there. And with the Empress energy, it's kind of like, yeah, what else can I build? Or what happened to that dream I had of opening my own restaurant or something like that? It's kind of like, oh, wait a minute. I've just been churning out the work. But now I want to also balance that out with having some fun, some pleasure, perhaps even some love in my life. You could have concentrated so much on your career and money sector that you're noticing the distant thunder is that you put so much time and energy into your career that you don't have the relationships in your life that you are wanting. You're looking down the path, and 10 years from now, you're like, okay, well, I might have money in the bank, but I'm not going to have anybody to spend it with, right? So it's kind of interesting. All right, Three of Pentacles. This is your area of resistance, your obstacle, working with other people, collaborating. For some of you, you could be feeling like, oh, I make money better when I do it by myself. This sense of independence. So let's see what we have here. Yeah, Three of Cups, eight. Yeah, you have Ten of Cups underneath with the Page of Swords. You know, it's going back to something that is near and dear to your heart. I feel like you almost feel like you're in a job right now that is a little bit, soul sucking because it's kind of like, yeah, I go in, it's almost like this energy of, punching the clock. I go in, punch the clock, I do my work, I punch the clock, I go home. And wanting something different, wanting people to be with, to celebrate. So you're walking away from, understanding. I feel like you're understanding that perhaps at one time you could have been focused on making a lot of money, having a lot of money. And now you're kind of like, okay, I've self-sabotaged myself because you could have withdrawn yourself from other people, perhaps because of this disappointment, right? You could have withdrawn, really focused on your career and money, and now it's kind of like, okay, I don't have any relationships, because your advice is the Five of Wands. So I want to kind of clarify that. Five of Wands is, especially in career and money, it's about competition. It could be sometimes drama, it could be even family drama about, since we're talking about money, kind of this drama. So let's see what we have here. Oh, okay. So we have the Page of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, look at this. There's a little bit of an energy here with the Page and the Queen, very much family, parent and child, something like that. Wanting victory in a certain situation, in a certain relationship, perhaps, between parent and child, whether you're the parent or the child, it doesn't, really matter. But I feel like there's, a little bit of this energy of only seeing things one way, right? And it's blocking whatever it is that you are wanting in your career and money sector, because we have the Eight of Swords, and then we have, the Four of Swords, needing to heal your own self-confidence. It's almost like the Five of Wands is competition that you have almost created in your own mind. So it's almost, for some of you with the Ten of Pentacles, I'm going to come back. I really feel like your family, okay, is coming into play, whether that was from childhood or if it's actually in your life now. So it could be your beliefs from childhood, but there's almost this competition within your own mind of playing this game of trying to one up either, perhaps other family members or being concerned about how your family members may perceive you because of how much money you have or not. So you could have, and with the Ten of Pentacles, it is family energy, but there's also this sense of building all of this wealth, right? I almost feel like you could have been concentrating on building all this wealth and identified yourself with this wealth, being able to share it very generously, perhaps with your family or friends. And then it's kind of like, okay, but now I want to shift. I don't want to worry so much about money. I don't want to do all of this work all day long. I really do feel compelled to go and help save the glaciers, So that would mean a complete change in your financial outlook, right? Like if you were going to quit working and perhaps go start working for a nonprofit or starting a nonprofit or something like that. It's not that you may not make any money, right? But it's kind of like that could change, or you could feel at this time it's going to change. But there's really this sense of, I want to follow my heart. I'm not happy here. I'm disconnecting from my own soul because I'm spending so much time working. I feel like for some of you, you may be having a little bit of a spiritual awakening and understanding there's more to work than just making money. Part of our work, right, is our purpose, is, feeling fulfilled at the end of the day. It's not just about how much money I make. And I think that that is what is kind of preventing you. This is spirit coming in and saying, you are creating this own energy within yourself of feeling like the more money you have, the more perhaps the people in your life will love you, or the more status, or honestly, just maybe just identifying with how much money you may make, or the type of job that you have, or the title, or something like that, or how hard you work, you know? And so there's this, there's more that I want. For some of you, I feel this message in a bottle could be really your spirit guides and angels coming in and saying, Libra, look around. You're the one that has your head down and is working really hard, but you're also the one that's not happy. Right. And it's kind of like, okay, what else can I do? How can I work hard? Because I'm not saying that you don't want to work, right? It's how can I work hard, create pentacles, right? But also enjoy it, my work. Enjoy getting up every day. I feel like for some of you, you may be at this point where you're just not, you've lost a little bit of your zest for life, right? It's a little bit like I used to be really excited about life, and now I'm really not. I'm kind of disappointed at where my life is. And you're looking at your career as one of those areas, because it's kind of like, yeah, this isn't what I want to be doing in a year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, right? So, let's go to your romantic sector first. So you have, by the book, you're trying to manifest something. You're trying to manifest something in your romantic or love sector. And I'm going to say, Libra, because family energy is showing up so much, it could even be in your family relationships that you are trying to work on, because you have the Hierophant here, really trying to perhaps reconnect with people that used to be in your life, or that maybe you felt you were really close to, and now you're feeling like you aren't, because you put your time and energy into putting your head down and creating some pentacles for yourself. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I feel like there's somebody from the past that, you may be trying to manifest here, but if it's not even somebody from the past, excuse me, we have the Empress energy again, right? And then the King of Swords, your energy, or could be another air sign, Gemini or Aquarius, but it's kind of a sense of, looking back and trying to get back to, maybe if it's not the actual relationship that you're trying to bring in, this sense of just kind of like back to how you felt, okay, when you had that person or that situation. So for some of you, it could even be like, reconnecting with family members the way that it used to feel, where, you're kind of like, yeah, I've kind of lost, I got just kind of sidetracked. I put a lot of time and effort into my career, but what I really want to do is get back to having some fun, making memories, with the people that are important in my life. And that's what I think you're trying to manifest, just kind of understanding that where you are at this time is not where you want to be. Okay, so let's see what your obstacle is. The Fool. Yeah, it's almost like oh, I'm sorry. I didn't do your present energy. Three of Swords. Okay, so once again, coming back to this Three of Swords, this energy is really, so I feel like, you could have had a situation, two things. You could have been just putting so much time and energy into your career, you lost contact with other people, or your relationship sector isn't the way you want it to be, or something happened in your relationship sector, so you went and spent a lot of time in your career in order to take the focus off of relationships for a while. So either one of those scenarios would work, but right now you're not happy about where your relationship sector is. That's why I think you're trying to manifest something, even if it is bringing something from the back, or just getting that feeling of being in love, right? Or of having people around you that you really feel connected to. Either way, there's there's a sense of this is what I want, right? But do I have the strength and the courage to go after it? So let's clarify this Three of Swords and see what we have here. Okay, so we have the Magician, the Five of Swords, and the Five of Cups. Yeah. Okay, so one of the things here is that Libra, you're really trying to manifest, right? Because we have the Law of Attraction and we have the Magician. The thing here, though, is that you're manifesting out of lack instead of out of joy. Okay, because you have this energy. So if you're having a hard time attracting in the love that you are truly wanting, or having the connections, right, that you are truly wanting, one of the problems here is that you're manifesting out of a sense of a lack instead of a sense of looking forward, of what it is that you do want in your life. Okay, so the difference is that this is a little bit much more, I should say, of a negative connotation, right? So it's, you're manifesting, but what you're really doing is focusing on what you don't have. So you're only manifesting more of what you don't have instead of manifesting what it is that you do want. So let's take a look at your area of resistance, your obstacle. Yeah, going in a new direction. I feel like for some of you, you may be looking at a situation in the past, almost like trying to bring it back. The Empress is about rebirthing, or, Phoenix rising from the ashes. There's almost this energy of perhaps trying to get to something that you experienced even in childhood, right? Trying to regain the feelings of, being kind of like in high school or something and having your first real love or something like that. There's almost that energy of trying to go back to a feeling that you had that you're missing, right? Instead of stepping onto a new path, of understanding you're not the same person that you were back then. So it's about embracing new onto your path, of stepping into, okay, it's maybe not necessarily reconnecting, okay, exactly the people that I had in my life or something. If it's family members, it's about reconnecting with those people, but in a new way. Okay, understanding that what you had in the past is not really what you want to bring into the future, because you're not the same person. It's well, that felt really good. I wish I could return to that feeling. So it's kind of like, okay, sometimes we think, well, I wish I could return to that feeling. That means I must return to those people, instead of taking a look at, okay, what was that feeling? What did I like about that? How can I bring that into my life? What can I do to kind of bring that into my life? But I want to bring it in, perhaps with new people, but especially with a new energy, right? So let's clarify this. Yeah, because I feel like, at this time you could be, really kind of, especially at the holiday season, missing certain people or situations, or just that feeling of, enjoying the holidays with people that you love. And I really send you lots of love and hugs, because there is this difficult energy here of really missing something, that you had in the past. So let's see. Yeah, you have the Moon card, Page of, there's something you don't see. It's, with the Moon card, the path is there, but you don't see it. Your spirit guides and angels are trying to help you on this path, to bring in an opportunity for you that will lead you to your Nine of Cups, right? But it's almost, once again, that you're focusing on what you don't have instead of focusing on what it is that you do want. Recognizing, say say you're thinking back to high school and somebody that you dated in high school, or how you felt when you were dating that person or something like that. And now you're in your 30s or 40s or 50s, right? You're not the person that you were in high school, right? I mean, there's parts of that you probably would love to go back to, but there's a lot of parts of high school that I would not want to relive, right? I mean, there's parts that were really fun, and it's kind of like, yes, no, I'm happier where I am here. And I feel like that is part of it, is just kind of healing. For some of us, it is about healing that energy of, yeah, I'm not that person. I feel like there's almost, I miss that person, but understanding, okay, that part of me, it's not that it doesn't exist. That phase in your life no longer exists. You are a different person, allowing yourself to transform, to step into the new you that you are. Understanding that you could be actually more giving at this time than you were in the past. Or you could have attracted in partners that were not equally giving. You could have had partners in the past that were codependent or something like that. You have done a lot of healing in the situation, Libra. What I feel like is perhaps even now here, especially at the holiday season, you could not feel like you're really on this new path. New paths can also be kind of scary because they're unfamiliar. You really and truly don't want to exactly attract in what you had in the past. Instead, what you want to do is attract in somebody that is balanced, that gives the same thing that you give, that cherishes your love and light, and that you cherish theirs. I love that energy. And even though you may feel at this time that would be easier to go back to something that you had, I feel like you're being really drawn, that there is something better ahead for you, right? When you allow yourself to step onto that path, to finally close that door and allow yourself to imagine what is ahead. Because your advice here is the 8 of Cups, understanding that you're walking away from something, right, that really wasn't fulfilling in order to go towards your 9 and 10 of Cups. So here's the thing. If you left something in the past, or somebody left your, the situation in the past, it's kind of like, well, why did you leave before? Sometimes once we get away from something, we tend to forget what was so bad, right? And we can sometimes remember the really good. It's kind of like there was a reason that you either left, or you wanted to leave, or you looked, or you spent a lot of time in your career or something like that. It's kind of like, okay, so what is it that I want to walk towards? That's where you get to dream. That's where you get to get excited again, right? Of understanding that, if you looked 5-10 years down the line, right? Who is it you really want to be with, So let's clarify this, the 8 of Cups. Yeah. I think for some of you, it really is stepping into that energy of, what do I want my relationships to look like? Who do I want to be in my relationships, Stepping into that energy. Yeah, strength. 7 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands. Yeah, and we have the 3 of Cups. Kind of like stepping into an energy of really celebrating whether, this may take a little bit of time with that Knight of Pentacles, but understanding, yes, but I'm building something that is strong, that is going to last the test of time. So we have the Strength card, we have the 7 of Pentacles, having the strength to reassess where you are, reassess your relationships, reassess the energy that you put into them and the energy that you receive, right? Which of those relationships do you want to end? Which of those relationships are you willing to continue with? And looking at it with fresh eyes, understanding that, okay, this is perhaps, some of the relationships I have, I want to continue with. Some of the relationships I have, I don't. Understanding that, down the line, which of these people are going to go the distance with me, who do I want to go the distance with, and then understanding 3 of Wands, it's time to go on this adventure. It's time to turn your back on the past. on situations that maybe really are not on your path for your highest good, and being willing to take that leap of faith of understanding, okay, I'm going in a new direction. I'm going to embrace it with hope, with love, with compassion for myself, offering my love and light as I move forward. I'm no longer focusing on what I've lost. Instead, what I'm going to focus on is what I want to create in my life. All right, beautiful message there. Well, Libra, let's finish this out with a special angel message. And I do personal readings. If you would like a more in-depth 2023 reading for yourself or for a friend or family member, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Prayer. Dear guardian angel, help me dissolve past guilt or regret. Help me to see that all is always in perfect and divine order. Help me to let go of the fear that I project on my future. And that's exactly what this is, right? Kind of like manifesting out of the fear of what's happened in the past and projecting that onto the future. Help me to live fully within each precious moment and feel your eternal love within and around me. Help me to realize and fulfill my true potential. Thank you. And I really love that, Libra, because I feel like that's what you're stepping into, this energy of, okay, I'm not going to beat myself up. Remember, we started off with the Page of Cups, and I said it's about having compassion for yourself. I'm not going to beat myself up for the missteps I've taken. Not going to beat myself up for the missteps that I've taken, for the things that I wish I had done that I didn't do. You know, I'm going to correct what you can, make the amends that you can, send out the apologies where you may need to, but at the same time knowing, okay, it's time for me to leave that in the past and to embrace this new future that I have in front of me. And it is a beautiful future that you have in 2023. When you step into that energy of truly believing in yourself, of imagining what it is that you want, not just today, but on down the line. And truly embracing it, building that life, taking the lead in your own life to create what it is that you truly want for yourself. All right, well, I'm going to leave it there. I do wish you so much love and light, Libra, in this situation and all your situations. I wish you a very happy new year, and I appreciate all of your support through liking, commenting, and subscribing. I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.